Never, never, never buy TESUP. The dirt merchants just don't know what tolerances are. Or if you refer back to my original video when I took the flange bearing that I had to take off, the one they came with that had like the diameter of the bearing, instead of being 3/4 like this is from Harbor Freight. I posted what kind it was and all that stuff. This is a heavy duty flange bearing with a grease fitting, so you can actually grease the thing. That basically just gives support to the shaft when it's above this housing, you know, outside the casing. So that original bearing that they put on from the Turks had about, I don't know, a 1/16 on each side at least, right? It was ridiculous. But just review the old video back there. You'll see how out of tolerance. Now, I'd never assumed, well, you can't assume anything with these idiots, dirt merchants. So I had one thrust washer up here, and of course that fits pretty decent right in there for the bearing to sit. So this is the seal that goes in here. I cleaned these up, got them all ready to put the bearings back into when I close the cases. I have to just clean this one up around the edges. So this is where the seal sits. All right, it's snug. It goes in there, and it's, you know, plastic on the harder plastic on the outside, and then a rubber seal around the shaft. You know, the spring is supposed to go, you know, snug around the shaft. So one would assume that the actual thing was made for that size. So as you look, the bearing was sitting here and all the water was rusting right against it. Well, the shaft seal sits right up here. So I like, all right, let me see how smooth this is, because I took just the steel wool to this to make sure I didn't take anything off of it, because I want the bearing to go press right back on there and the shaft seal to sit on a nice surface, something that's clean. So let's take a look at this thing. So this is supposed to seal this. Now, this is like the flange bearing. The dirt merchants actually put this on here, and that was the shaft seal. When you have this all assembled, you're looking down into darkness. You don't see the air gap. But with the paper towel being behind there, showing you what this thing actually feels like, and this is what the dirt merchants put on there. So that was never sealing any water out. So when it rained and it poured and water was coming down the different parts through there, it just filled up with water. So that, in a sense, froze the top bearing, rusted and pitted this whole shaft out, coated these with rust. I mean, it's embedded in them. I mean, I can't get that stuff out. And then the water just coming down here, and this is the only one that really saved itself being over top of it going off. But here we go. So this shitbird's there at TESUP. I'm going to send this right to Messup and see what he thinks. Say, yo, shitbird, this is the kind of quality stuff you guys think. So this was never even sealing this. So now I have to go online and find and mic this out and find a seal that will actually seal that, because that's totally worthless, man, on top of the generator being vertical. Even a horizontal, man, water would just rush right in there. I mean, look at the gap in there. That's how much you got play in this. And this is supposed to be the seal that was inside the case. So I'm like, holy jeez. So big time screwed over by TESUP. To the world, don't ever buy a TESUP product. So far, we're up to 15 people that have messaged me on YouTube that they've sold my videos and they did not purchase TESUP or InstaBreeze. So that's a good roll. So we keep it going, and hopefully no one ever purchases junk from TESUP. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to post this and send this to TESUP directly.